Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. This is your girl, Aly. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hey there, Daisy.
Hello, hello, hello.
How you doing today?
Good, good, good.
Good. So, yeah, everybody, welcome to Making Connections. I'm excited about this interview. This is my brilliant friend, Margarita. And so, we're going to be talking about her business, her empanadas, the importance of family and food, and all the kinds of good stuff. But, as usual, we run flyers at the beginning and end of the show to kind of let you know things that are going on in the community. We know that there's a Love for Literacy event coming up on May 6th. We know that every Sunday now at 12 to 4, Mr. Excitement and DJ Blessed are at the SoundCloud Check Hookah Lounge in Charlotte. So it's all kinds of things going on. So if you don't know what's going on and you're bored and you need to get out of the house, check out all these flyers. So I'm excited again. This is my friend. We met in July and we've been like this ever since. So,
Yeah.
Daisy, since this is your first time with the Making Connections family, I want to give you opportunity to greet the family and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hello, fam. I am Daisy. So my company's name Margarita, which is Daisy in Spanish, and basically my company really specializes in fillings, right? So I make fillings that are multi-purposeful. You can put my fillings in a wrap, in an empanada, or in simply like over a dish. So today I wanted to show you something that is really meant for like Easter specials or really traditional for Easter, which is a leg of lamb. So here in front of you, you have a leg of lamb with arroz con guandules, or sometimes known as moro de guandules. And basically, it's beans or chickpeas with rice and a leg of lamb. So it's very common for uh, festive days to have a moro, right? Moro is seen like a special dish. So for Easter, it is very common to have moro de guandule with either pernil, which is a pork shoulder, or a leg of lamb. So today I decided to do a leg of lamb, and literally right now we're cutting into the empanada lamb. So
Oh,
just as a special, because I know Aly has tasted my food and she really, really, really enjoys my food. So I was like, I have to show fresh food on her show. So literally, I am having someone fry up uh, a leg of lamb empanada for you to show
yes.
you and your guests. So also, I wanted to feature this dish, which is more like a dessert, and this is considered um, uh, Dominican sweet beans. So this is very, very common during the Lent season. And it's basically kidney beans made in a very compressed paste, which is mixed with different dairies. Depending on your diet, you can mix it with coconut milk, or you can mix it with condensed milk and whole milk. So I chose to mix it with coconut milk because I love coconut. So I chose to mix it with coconut milk, and it's very creamy. And it's usually very common in the Dominican culture to have this during Lent season. So during Lent season, it's very common. It's delicious because you can have it either sweet or not so sweet. Some people choose to cut down the sweet, especially if you're diabetic. You might not do it as sweet. And you can serve it at two temperatures, right? So you can serve it at a temperature of warm, which is like right out, hot out the pot, or you can serve it cold. So depending on your dietary needs, you can have it either which way. So this is a dish or dessert that I wanted to present to you and your guests today.
Listen, I told Daisy, I was like, man, if I had really thought about it, I would have been at the table. I love some lamb.
You're always welcome.
And I know it's good because everything I've tasted thus far is delicious.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much.
Now I'm just gonna, make my confession. When we first met and I heard your company name was like margaritas empanadas, and I was like, oh, she specializes in margaritas and empanadas. What could be better? And I was like, oh, okay, that's the name of it. But I had to confess that today. I was like, cool. But listen, so how did you, get started in this? Because we all have to cook to kind of survive, eat or whatever. But what did your love of making these dishes? Because what's your tagline? There's a little bit of love in every bite.
Yes. It's really like a long story short is that margaritas really started when I was like 9 years old in the kitchen fussing with my grandmother, who was like this super Afro Latina, like, are you here to learn or are you here to like mess around? Because if
Right.
you're here to mess around, get out the kitchen. And I was like, okay, I'm here to learn. And so ever since then, I'm like, okay, the kitchen is serious, right? Like you don't mess around when you're in the kitchen. And that message really resounded with me only because what I saw was like growing up, everything my family did was centered around food. So when we have family gatherings, when we have parties, there was always food. It was really strange, or almost unheard of to go to a family gathering or a party and there was no food. So it was like the love really centered around the food. And that's where I pretty much learned the love for food and the discipline, like the importance of food, and how it really brought people together. My family, I'm first generation, so my family grew up in a village where it was very poor, and you always like made an extra plate just in case someone came over.
Right.
And I think generationally, we still carry that. Like, it's like, there could be four people at the table. I'm always going to make the fifth plate just in case,
Right.
right? So it's still embedded in me, like years later or generations later, that it's important to always have a plate for someone else.
Oh, that's nice. I like that idea. But it does remind me about, because sometimes it's like life happens, right? And things are up and down, things are chaotic at work or something like that. But it's nothing like coming to that kitchen table for a good meal, sitting down with either friends or family, and just letting the day roll off, right? It's just something about good food and, a good atmosphere, right?
Yeah, and I've seen throughout the years like how just having this food that you really take time to really tenderize, right? Like you take time, there's thought that goes into it.
Mhm.
And when you take time and thought into food, it really has changed people's moods,
Yeah.
So just like, wow, this really tastes good, just changes the atmosphere. Because it's like, I was here having a really crappy day, but when we got, in the kitchen, and well, my aunt was known because I come from a huge family, so everybody has their specialty. And my
Uh-huh.
aunt Minga was known for her Dominican beans. So it's like Minga's making Dominican beans, and it was like it just changed the whole atmosphere.
It's like everything's gonna be all right now.
Yeah, so it was just like, okay, who's cooking what? And my aunt, Ninive, if she was making potato salad, it was like, hold up, Ninive's making potato salad. We all were like, where's your potato salad? And there's just certain things about that that brought
Mm,
so much joy and comfort. Like just so much comfort. And we live in such a stressful world that I'm hoping that I'm passing that down to my children.
yes. That is so cool. I love this. Listen, because you are so right now. I'll confess, I'm like the ketchup girl or the utensil girl. I'm not the one they're like, she making what? They'd be like, no. Put that in the kitchen. Let's make this table up. So I'm just gonna say that was not my gift. But I'm thankful for people who show up like you. So I have to tell this story. Um, I know for Valentine's Day, you were doing your thing, and one of your clients actually sent her boyfriend empanadas on Valentine's Day, y'all. Now, listen, you know how I was talking about don't just do the normal things, do something different. This lady sent her boyfriend empanadas. Now you know that's what she loved that man right there.
Hmm. Yes, she did.
Everybody in that office or in their surrounding was like, "What you got empanadas? Can I have one?"
It was just like one of those things where I was like, "Oh, she really loved him." Like she went out of her way. Like even if I was swamped, I would have taken the order because I was like, "Oh no, this is like above and beyond love,
Right.
right?" Because she went out of her way to like get to me, and she was like, "I know he loves your rib empanadas." I'm like, "They're not even in season." Like, okay. And I put this order together and I was just like, man, this is so much love. I did a heart shaped empanada, just like right in the center of the platter. Like, this girl love you. So you
Right.
gotta like come through, right? Because I was like, what? This girl went above and beyond to show her man, listen, I love you. And
Exactly.
it was just so unique. Like even to me, it caught me off guard because I'm like, I have people taste my food, but I've never had someone say, listen, I know my so and so loves your food, can and I was just like,
Make it into a gift.
yeah, like I've never seen that. So to me it was like, I will definitely get this done.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am. I was like, every time we talk about that, it just cracks me up. But I love it because she really put the thought in it. And it wasn't that she was just trying to do something different, but she knows the quality of your food.
Yeah.
So those two things mixed together, you know what I'm saying? It's the love.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for something that's going to really show him that I care about him, and I want to give him something he loves. And so
Yeah.
then that's where they margaritas empanadas come in because they are definitely made with love. So
Yeah.
go
Hmm.
ahead, go ahead,
No,
please.
no, no. So I was like just in awe of that, and just like that's what I want the company to represent, right? Like I want the company to represent people being brought together and just that comfort feeling, not necessarily in an unhealthy way, because I definitely have some clients that have health issues and I find alternate spices for them so they can get some kind of comfort without having, the harmful ingredients to them. So, I just loved it. I just loved everything about that.
And so that's another question I was going to ask you. I was kind of leading into that is that you do offer different types of empanadas. They're not all meat. You have what are your other options for people who are vegan or what have you?
So I do have meatless options, but like for the vegan customer, I have like tofu flavored meats, right? So like a chorizo flavored tofu, which I make like a black bean dish. So it's really like you wouldn't even know you're not eating meat, and you still get that comfort, that value, and you're not being harmed by any of the meat products because it is tofu. So it is a good way to get that comfort without the harm.
Right. And listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I have tried tofu, and I just don't like tofu. But let me tell you, I tried this empanada with tofu in it, and listen, it was delicious. I was like, "Is she sure this is tofu?" But
I promise, I promise.
it was so good. And so I think if Alan is ready, we went to New York. Daisy, you're in Jersey, right?
Yes.
And so we went, I was in New York, and so I was like, Daisy, I'm in New York. We got to try your empanadas. I got this little group of people. I want to surprise them. And that's what I didn't tell them. I was like, y'all, maybe on Thursday we just stay in because, just whatever day. And so they didn't know they were getting empanadas. Well, how it all happens another issue I have. Was having some back then. So Daisy came all the way to New York to deliver her empanadas to us. Her son was so sweet. Everybody had left at the moment, and I was like, "Really, right now?" And so her son was so sweet. He carried everything upstairs, and he was like, "I'll walk with you. Just take your time." So shout out to your son. He's amazing.
Oh,
And
thank
so if Alan has this video ready, I'm gonna show you what we received when we were in New York. Yum yum. And then sometimes I don't give Alan enough warning, and so I just keep talking until he pops that video in. But listen, we had different types of empanadas. She made us rice. She made us salad. Listen, and we had
you.
listen. When I tell you that table was full of empanadas, rice, salad, everything, and it was one, two, three, four, five of us. And I mean, those platters were full, and we I tried to get so many variations so we could all try different things, but have enough in case somebody really liked it, and. And so, but I'm telling you, we probably had one, not even a full tray that we put in the refrigerator. It was so amazing. And one of the guys came late and he was like, "Oh, I like empanadas." And he just went to town and he was trying everything. I was like, "Doggone it, I should have had the video on you." But I was too full to film him by then. And so, I mean, and it's everybody found something that they really liked and they were, gravitating to it. And they was like, eh, and then I think nobody on the trip back, the three of us that were traveling back, they didn't think about getting an empanada to take with them. I snuck two or three in a little bag. I don't know how this is gonna taste, room temperature, whatever, but we're gonna try it because it was so good, honey. Room temperature, they were just as good, and they were looking at me like, "Well,
Oh, that's just so funny.
how you get an empanada?" I was like, "Well, listen, I thought ahead. I was thinking ahead." They were so mad. But I'm telling you, we enjoyed it so much, and everybody's like, "This is good. Where she live at?"
That is awesome. Thank
And
you
so
so
that is
much.
real life stuff. What you saw, what she delivered, how she delivers, how she puts it together. Awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about, what your vision is for margaritas empanadas, and how far, do you deliver, or things like that, what people can look for.
So right now, because we do like really, it's really hands on, right? There's not machines making this food. It's really, you know, myself or my team really putting it together. We deliver only between New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
So we try to keep it like in the tri-state, if you will, just to really keep that quality, right? Because it's, you know, I've had many people say, "Oh, I had empanadas. They were good, but they were not yours," and it was just that quality. So, I want to keep that quality. And the vision for they're coming in hot off the presses.
Yes.
Here we got some lamb empanadas. Oh, oh! Don't do the sauce. Don't do the sauce just yet.
Why am I not there?
Yes,
Look
here
at
you
that,
go.
y'all.
So your Easter
Lamb
empanadas.
empanadas. Who would have thought? See what I'm saying? And I think that's so cool, because like you said, your thing is the feeling, because it can go in empanadas, it can go over food. But I think that's so cool because I feel like God gives everybody a gift. And your
Mhm.
gift is these feelings to help make people feel good, heal people, even through eating and taking care of themselves. And so I think it's awesome for sure.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to do it in a way where people, come back to the table, right? Like we run these busy lives and, everybody's all over the place. And as a public school teacher, I hear all the time how, some of my students don't even see their parents, or don't talk to them. And I'm just like, I can't even fathom like not talking to my child or not seeing them. But it's basically like they pick up something quick and that's it, And I'm like, no, we need to bring people back to the table. So, my feelings are right now, they're made by my company, but I hope to one day be able to put it in a way where I empower the customer to do it themselves, where you can grab a filling and make you know, a tortilla, an empanada, or put it over rice or something of that nature, just so the families come back together, they come back to the table, you know, whether it's giving that confidence to a teenager, like, hey, mom, look what I did for you while you were at work, or, hey, dad, look what I did for you while you were at work. So to me, it's just about bringing the family together and bringing that quality back of family to the table. Did I lose you? Uh-oh. I think I lost you. Well, I'm going to try one of these. These there. Let's see. pretty good. Mmm, really good. Yum. These are really good. Mmm, lamb empanadas. Really, really good.
Listen, this first bite, I forgot to
Listen,
I forgot to tell you. I told Alan we're having some storms around here, so the internet might go in and out. But listen, that I could hear the crunch though.
uh,
Listen,
I'm sorry. I was just like, we having technical difficulties. I'm gonna eat through that.
exactly. You did the right thing. I see we have some comments. Angela Peters, she says, "Way to go, Daisy," and
Oh,
she said, "I've had them and they are delicious." Um,
awesome.
Juan Rosario says hello. He said, "Where's my food?" And shaking
Oh,
his head, shaking his
no
head. Yes,
problem. No problem.
yes,
It's coming.
ma'am.
It's coming.
Yes, I love it. Listen, I'm telling you, you have got to, if you are anywhere near those four areas that Daisy mentioned, you've got to order. I mean, do what I did. I mean, you can be at a hotel visiting and still have these empanadas because
Yes.
they will bless your life. And so, even, we talked about, your grandmother and being around the kitchen and learning and things like that. But still, what was your drive to share it with everybody else? You could have just made these for your family, but what was your desire to actually go in business and, share with others?
So I started by fundraising, right? So my grandmother died of leukemia. Her mother died of leukemia.
Mm.
And my school at the time was doing a drive for a St. Jude, right? And they were doing this drive, and I was like, you know what? I can make empanadas, and I was like, I'll make them small and sell them for $1. And to me, it was like, ah. But I got such a great response for it that it was like the demand was very high, and it was to the point where I said, oh, uh-oh, I'm gonna have to go into business for this because it was just like, I'll pay you for this, and I want 20, and I want 20 of your chicken and 20 of your beef. And then, I had some people that are like, well, during Lent, I don't eat, meat. So I said,
Right,
no problem, I got you. And
right.
I started making like egg and codfish, which is very common in, the Dominican culture. And it was just like, what? You're making egg and codfish? I want it all year round. And I'm like, wait a minute, those are seasonal specials.
They're like, no, no. Are you sure?
No,
The season is in. The season is now. Oh, man. I love it. Well, see, I mean, and I think that is so cool because you started off doing something, just for the community, but then your community showed up and they're like, "Hey, we need more of this. I gotta need some for my sister's birthday. I need some for my uncle's, retirement party." So yeah, y'all got to think out of the box. Empanadas not just, I mean, you can have empanadas for all kinds. Listen, because you can have a lamb empanada. That is very elegant. That's sexy, girl.
Oh, really? Because I got sexy right here. I got sexy right here.
When we were at the retreat in July, everybody was just like, "Are you gonna make empanadas?" We were trying to really let her be there for the retreat, but everybody kept saying, "Are you gonna, maybe make just one day?" But we were all there to learn some things and to, get better at our business and our craft. And so I thought that was cool the way, at the retreat, how they took the different businesses and gave different business advice. So,
Mhm.
like, how important was that at that retreat, receiving all the, nuggets that the ladies were sharing?
I have to admit, like, I was so excited, right? Because I was like, oh my God, I'm at the table with these brilliant ladies. Like, do I even belong here, right? Like,
Right.
these women are amazing. Like, I belong here. So
Right.
I was like, all right, I'm here, right? So I was just like, this is amazing, right? Because, like, I mean, for every person, there was what, 17 of us there, and
Mm-hmm.
17 women were just brilliant in their own ways,
Right.
right? And it was just like, oh my God. And every word, every tone, I embraced everything. And to me, it was everything because I was just like, I'm in a table full of brilliant women that just reaffirmed what I see, what I'm thinking, what I'm
Yeah.
feeling. Like, I'm not just like this goofy person going off on a whim. They see the value in what I'm saying. And just to affirm that, I was just like, okay. And I just felt like, oh, it's only up from here because, I was like, oh no, we got to do this. This is great, and I can't say like the passion or the vision has died. It's just magnified, right? Where I'm just like, well, once I get to a profitable, like super profitable state, like we got to make sure everyone eats, so this cannot just be for the ones that can and will. This has to be for the, there has to be something where we can feed those that can't, you know.
Right.
So I'm just like thinking of the kids that come after school and the moms are not getting home in time to give them a quality meal. So
Right.
how can I get these quality meals on the table for everyone that is not able to, right? It's not just about those that can, but how do we reach out to those that can't?
Mm-hmm.
And just that is now my passion. Like, I don't want to stop until I get there, you
Right.
know?
Right. And that was, I thought that's what touched everybody too when you were telling that in the room. They were like, okay, she's for real about this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people might go into business just, following the fad, trying to be like, well, this looks profitable right now and jumping on board. But, we could tell this is truly a mission for you, you know. And even I think you talked about some of the profits in different seasons. You give some of the profits to organizations to help children, right?
Yeah, so St. Jude is close to my heart because that was like, my grandmother died of leukemia, her mother died of leukemia, and also Gigi's Playhouse. And Gigi's Playhouse is an organization that really provides therapeutic services for families at no cost for those for the Down syndrome community. And if you see like my website, you see my daughter has Down syndrome. Isabella, we call her Bella, um,
Bella.
and she thrives, in that environment. And I'm just like, whatever I can do to continue to help that community, I want to do it because I only see what she can do. I'm so overwhelmed with what she doesn't do, what she can't do, that when I put her in that environment of surrounded by um, these individuals at Gigi's Playhouse, you just don't see what she can't do. You're just like, oh my God, she's talking, she's moving, she's dancing, she's following, she's commanding, she's leading. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's the total opposite of what I would hear from the doctors. So I'm just like, whatever I could do to help this community thrive, I want to do that too. So, my daughter is like one of my best helpers. Like, she'll hear me at like 4 or 5 in the morning cooking, and she gets up and she's like, "I mash garlic, mommy. I mash garlic, mash, mash, mash." And she'll get up and mash garlic, and I'm like, "Okay, put on the hat. work, put on an hat. And I'm just like, go for it, let's go,
I
So,
love it. Come on, Bella. I love it. You better get in there. And she's like, this is a family affair. Let's do this.
let's do this. Yeah. So I love everything about her. And I just, you know, I'm just like, you know, it's just the hope, right? Like the hope you see in people. Like everyone has a purpose. And, just seeing that, so I'm just like, all right, let's keep the hope alive. Let's keep, feeding the positive. And I love everything about it.
Right. And that's another reason I think it's so important when you have a dream and you have a vision, at some point you have to connect with other people, right? You know, I know a lot of times, and like you were saying, I know a lot of times I've been intimidated and I was like, I don't want to ask them this. They'll think I'm crazy or stupid or whatever. But it's so important to find people where you feel comfortable, where you can ask those questions. Because again, going back to the retreat, the different ladies that were around the room, it was like they got marketing advice, they got coaching advice, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's a mindset, right? You have this thing that's awesome, and you want to share it with the world, but you just like intimidated. Because, like, let's just say with food, there's tons of people cooking food, but there's not a margaritas empanada. Now I'm just gonna say it, just like it. There's no listen. Tell them, Daisy. We have this little group on WhatsApp or whatever, and I was in where was I in Florida? No, Charleston, and this lady had empanadas, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. But what did I do, Daisy? Tell them the rest of it.
Well, you were honest. You were like, these are not yours.
I put a whole picture of my face in the empanada, and I was like, these are not margaritas empanadas, okay? Y'all just keep going. If you see this sign, keep going. It's not where you want to stop and spend your money. It was really bad though. Now, I don't know if that's your fault, but it was not good. I'll take an order for the lamb empanadas for Easter. Okay.
Yes, I got you. I got you.
Payola, I might have said your name wrong. Excellent food. Come on, Daisy. They showing up. Amazing empanadas and rolls. You say that. Go ahead, read that, Daisy.
Con gandules. Yes, I got you. It's right here. Fresh spot.
Love the food from Kevin. Listen, girl, they showing up. They letting people know this is real. This is not a joke. We don't put these videos together for nothing. This is real stuff, real life. And so, I think it's so important, and I'm so glad that we were both in that room because it just is helping us because these really need to be experienced by more people.
Yes.
And when, I bring somebody on the show, it's because I feel like they have something that, unfortunately, a lot of my audience is probably not going to experience it here because we are in North Carolina. But listen, honey, we rooting you on to that place where you're
I'm
marketing
coming.
it. You're opening up restaurants, all different places, and you're teaching them how to make. Don't do it like anybody else. We're doing it like margarita, okay? So yeah, so I think that's important. So keep going, keep marketing yourself, keep
Thank
letting
you.
people know what you're doing because they will not be disappointed.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm just honored. I'm just honored to like connect with you and all of your, audience and, just for the opportunity to share my passion. I thank you so much.
Yeah, because now we do travel, so then you might get a couple of calls or something. We got family all over, so y'all listen. Just because y'all live in North Carolina, y'all know somebody upstate. Share this video with them. And so I think we have one more video that we're gonna share. Just
Okay.
like some little prep and things going on. So, Alan, if you're ready, you can pop that in. So
lot.
that was the little behind the scenes when Daisy's doing some prep and, just had a little audience that she let sample some products. What are those boards called? Charcuterie board or something like that?
Yeah, they were just like going off. So they it was so crazy because like I was doing the charcuterie board with like just different sauces, and I'm thinking like healthy, right? So I'm thinking like vegan, vegetables, the broccoli and cheddar. I'm thinking, and they were like, what's that in the oven? I'm like, oh, those are ribs. But you guys are not going to be interested. And it was just like the whole show turned around the ribs. And I'm like, okay. Now I'm cutting plantains and my team is frying them, mashing them. And I'm like, well, here you go, making like little like wafers of plantain and then the ribs on top. And it was just going throughout the room. Listen, I
Girl,
did
that was
not
a
expect that.
plantain with some ribs on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Daisy, Daisy.
I did not expect that, but it just went that direction. I was like, okay, I was trying to stay healthy, but y'all want to mess around.
They like, we want to try it all. We're gonna get the healthy part too, but we want to try it all, right? That's how I was when I came to New York. I was like, I'm not getting $500 trying to try everything. But no,
I
but
tried. I tried.
listen, I was trying to get that video to play. For some reason, it was something on my phone or whatever. The video with they were giving their testimonial about
Oh,
tasting it. I was like, doggone it, this is the video I need. But listen, the video was very positive. They were excited and they enjoyed themselves.
yes, they did.
I love it. See what I'm saying? There's so many ways to put these empanadas on your table. Send them to your office, send
Mhm.
them to your boo for Valentine. But listen, I love it. You are doing an amazing job. So Daisy, if
Thank
somebody,
you.
want to reach out to you, they're in the area or they happen to come in or for
Mhm.
something, how can they find you, order, all that good stuff?
So I have an order form on my website. So if you go to Margaritas Empanadas LLC.com or daisiesfood.com, you could just place your order there and then myself or my team will get back to you in terms of, specific dates, times, delivery, and things of that nature.
Yeah. And so, because I've been through the process, it's very laid out. Everything is there for you. She lets you know what the deposit's going to be. Like she said, somebody will contact you, make sure that, they confirm what's on the website.
Yes.
Listen, Accord 2.0 performances, those ribs, exclamation, 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 heart. Listen, and that's the one I haven't tried. And I haven't tried the lamb. Wait. Okay, calm down,
We got to do this. We got to do
So I'm gonna be back in New York,
this.
but I will definitely get in touch with you. Listen, but we are having a lot of fun, and I love these conversations because
Yes.
everything. We need more laughter. We need to get back
Yeah.
to family values. I know that life is chaotic, but
Yeah.
we have to get back to eating healthier and better, right? More balanced meals, not just always on the run.
Mhm.
Um, and I love the way that you have those different options, like the broccoli and cheese. Now, I'm not always a broccoli person, but I'm just telling you, I'm not lying. That was so good. The broccoli and cheese empanada, the tofu empanada, healthy and delicious. I listen. I haven't even tried the ribs and the lamb, so I just already know what that's going to be. But I like that you have options for everybody. I like what you said. Like you have clients who have different dietary needs, and so you look for different herbs and things like that. So
Yes.
listen, you're winning, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
So, is there anything you're looking for your company, or anything you need, or anything? We like to put it out there. You never know who's going to see the video.
So we definitely are looking to expand. We're looking for, additional staff. We're looking for additional machinery. So if you know of any company that's closing and might, be getting rid of some stuff, we definitely would take it. And we're looking to service communities. So
Mhm.
if you hear of any community that's in need, we're looking to see how we could get to them and help them
Awesome.
out.
Yes, listen. Well, keep us posted. Definitely, whether you have specials going on for the holidays or for summer, whatever it is, like I said, I mean, we have viewers a lot in North Carolina, but we have viewers other places. So, and then we have people who have family in other places. So definitely keep us posted on your specials, whatever you're doing, even if you're going to be at an event, listen, we put it out there and hopefully, some of our viewers or family members will show up. So amazing empanadas, Aaron.
Thank you.
Yeah. So is there anything else, again, I like to say that whatever show we're doing, whatever the topic is, I believe that we can encourage anybody who's listening. So maybe there's somebody out there who has a dream, who has a vision. They just don't know how to get started or they don't know how to get connected. What would be some advice that you would give them?
I would say really like hone in to that vision, like whatever it is that you see for yourself, like really tap into it. Society might be against what you see or what is envisioned, but that could be just because your vision is not for today. Your vision is for tomorrow or the next day, right? So, like, hone into that vision and like just really tie into that craft because sometimes I felt crazy, right? Like I was fundraising for St. Jude. I would never think I would be in business, right? That was just not even my thought. And now I'm like, wait a minute. Well, how do I get this across the 50 states? How do I reach out to those moms that are working all day and can't provide wholesome food? They have to go to the processed foods. Well,
Yeah.
so just hone in to what you see and really like spend time with it. Spend time with what that is and what, like, research it. Like, just don't say, oh, this is off, it doesn't make sense for now, but it might make sense for later or someone else or something else. So
Right.
I would just say, like, really hone in to it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like you said, do your research and don't be intimidated about what's already out there because it's okay. There are lots of shows live streaming every day, 7 days of the week. I'm only on 2 days, but this is my time, this is my spot. And I enjoy it. So, you know, just keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. And like we were talking about earlier, maybe you're at a point where you need to connect with some people. So we know, of course, some brand strategists and people in business who can do your website and all kinds. So reach out because we want to encourage other people to get to your goals and your dreams, right? Because Daisy started with a dream, and it was just a dream to help somebody. But her dream is now turned into more than that. It's turned into, a movement. Look, y'all see them comments coming in. This is a movement. We trying to get these margarita empanadas everywhere. And so, be encouraged wherever you are and whatever your goal and your vision is. Contact us. That's why we're making connections. We want to help you make connections to the resources you need, to the mindset, whatever it is, because sometimes it's just that, right, Daisy?
Yeah,
Sometimes,
sometimes it's just motivation. Like,
yeah,
we all have these brilliant ideas because I believe every individual has a purpose and we all get these brilliant ideas, but sometimes we just get so discouraged, right? So, like, being in the room with these brilliant women, I cannot even tell you
right,
how that just changed everything for me, right? And it was just like re just revised everything, revamped this vision. It just was like, oh no, this is real. I'm not making this up. This is really real. And just it helped me foresee further than I was seeing prior to meeting with everyone. So,
Yeah, so much so that I mean, you actually like put a proposal together and went to the bank after that, right? Because you're like, listen, okay, we're
well,
gonna do this. So you just kind of in step by step, you're putting all the pieces together. Sometimes we just sit with the vision, but we gotta realize that there's other things that come with that vision. You know what I'm saying? You know, social media, we talk about that. That's a lot, but this part of
yeah,
that's something you need to tap into. um, there's grants and things like that out there for people. So, sometimes the money's not doesn't have to come out of your pocket, but if you do some research, make some connections, then maybe you'll find the funding somewhere that will help you move your dream and vision along, right?
yes, 100%. I definitely never foreseen, walking into a bank and saying, hey, I have a business, pay attention to me kind of thing. And it was just like, oh, this is my vision for the business. And, walking out the bank with 15,000 later, it was just like, did that just happen? Yeah,
Wow.
it did. It did happen, but it was just having that clarity, spending that time
Yeah.
doing the research and putting myself in that environment with other like thinkers, you know, and it just made a world of a difference for me because it really just propelled me into that vision.
Yeah. And so know that you deserve a seat at the table as well. If you're listening and watching today,
Yes,
on this today live or 2 months, 2 years down the road, know that you deserve a seat at the table
yes,
because I believe, like Daisy said, we all are here for a purpose. Purposes are different. I just said I'm the utensils girl. I'm Daisy. Don't want me. Bella would tell me to get out the kitchen. She'd be like, "No, no, we got the garlic and everything. Go, it's okay. Just go set the table." But I applaud you again. I know women's
thank you.
history just passed, but you're still a woman making history. So keep up the
Oh,
good work.
thank you so much. Same, I feel the same about you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And so you guys know we are making connections with Allie. We are here every Saturday at 12 noon, every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can follow us on Facebook. And I tell everybody we have Instagram and YouTube. Go subscribe to our YouTube channels because our shows do reside on YouTube. We upload them there, and then if you missed it live, you can always come back to Making Connections with Allie page and find the replay there. And so, again, we're here to make a difference. And so, we've been talking to Daisy, the founder, owner of Margaritas Empanadas LLC. And so, Daisy, one more time before we leave, tell them your website and how they can find you.
So, daisiesfood.com. Thank you.
Yes, that's her information, info at daisyfood.com.
Thank you so
And don't forget, there's love in every bite.
much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have been with my brilliant friend Daisy.
Oh, same. Thank
So,
you.
yes, and so until next time, as always, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy
Bye,
that
everyone. Thank you.
empanada.